Why isn't the sun coming out? Whatever. All right, what is going on, everybody? I'm Ron. I'm down here on range 3. Now it is a kind of a windy day out here in Kansas, but that's not going to stop us from doing this review. It's not really going to be a review on a gun per se, but a product that is attached to that gun. So it's a little bit of mix of both. And the product that I'm talking about is the Genghis Komp by Monsoon Tactical. Now the Genghis Komp is a second iteration of Vinny's famous chunk port. It's just a refined version of the chunk port. Now what Vinny did was, I can actually kind of show you guys on camera. Now what he actually did was, he made this a lot more cleaner, and the front is, oh, there's the sun. Hey-o! Anyways, so he actually made this a lot more cleaner on the slide too, instead of just taking it and instead of just taking a tool and just ripping it off the top. He actually bevels this in a lot, curves in. And then inside here, he actually back bores here. So there's actually no rifling from here forward. So he takes this and back bores it to here. So you have rifling back. So what used to be a 3.9 inch barrel is probably around a 3.5 inch barrel now. But honestly, this thing is amazing. I know a lot of you purists, a lot of you professionals out there are like,
oh, Ron, when you port or compensate something, it destroys the accuracy and the velocity of the barrel.
Well, fret not, my friends. We're actually gonna take this out to about 100 yards-ish to see if this 3.5 inch basically barrel can reach out to 100 yards. So that's about it. I mean, it's basically your Staccato C2, man, and it's called the C2X. I mean, it might not look like a traditional C2. That's because of the furniture that I put on it. Thank you to Phoenix Trinity for this beautiful hero grip, and also their beautiful flat face pro trigger. I don't know if you guys can see that, but actually there's knurling on the front of that matches the actual texture of the hero grip. My favorite EDC gun. This is what I've been rocking with since I got it. Vinny over there, man, fucking killed it. I really thank you. You guys check out Monsoon Tactical. I shouldn't even say it. You guys already know who Monsoon Tactical is if you probably watch me. They really hooked it up. They did this beautiful color case hardening on the slide. I'm probably gonna DLC the barrel here soon. But enough talking! Let's go shoot this motherfucker. Oh yeah, there's the sun. All right, let's load up a mag. We're just about 15 yards out. Just gonna watch it work. We're gonna take it slow, take it back 25, 50, see how it runs. Let's take it back further. All right, and before we start taking it out to a little bit of distance, as the sun's peeking out, let me show you guys how flat this joker is. So we're gonna load this up. I'm gonna start out slow, and then I'm gonna start speeding up the cadence. Let you guys get a little closer. See how flat that is? It's just everything's coming out the top. Little blowhole. Uh-oh, we did it. Fuck, we did it!
A few moments later.
What is going on? This is actually around 2 weeks later. Basically what you guys seen was a hiccup in the recoil system. Now, if you guys don't know, the Staccato C2 the recoil system is a 2-stage recoil system. What I mean by that is you have 2 different springs in your recoil system. So you have the plug, spring, rod, spring. The plug goes into the front of the slide and then it actuates. So you have spring pressure here and also spring pressure here. So this is what you've seen that actually stuck out of the gun. And basically what happened was, this was an used gun. This has nothing to do with Monsoon Tactical. I bought this gun used, so the guy kind of doctored it up, thought he was some kind of gunsmith, and I'll show you what part failed. So this is the plug. As you can see right here, 12 o'clock position, there is a huge gouge. Basically what happened was, as you guys seen, you know, recoil, and what happened was it pushed through and it won't even actually, see the spring? Like it won't, there it is. It won't go through anymore. So basically what happened was there's so much force that the guide rod shot out. The tip of the spring here actually got caught inside between the plunger and the rod. And the rod actually right there, you see it? It's nice and gouged. So even though I pulled it all apart, it's still, this plug is still compromised. So basically what I did was I reached out to my friends over at DPM Systems and Technologies, and they actually sent me out one of their kits. This is their brand new C2 recoil kit. It actually has 4 different springs in it. And let me show you. So before I open it, this is their guide rod setup. So it has a 2 spring. So technically this is a 3-stage spring system. So you have the spring, this isn't the rod, but you have the spring up front here, and then you have the spring inside the rod as well. So unlike this one, this doesn't have a spring inside, it's just this first spring right here. So spring inside, spring external, and then also the recoil spring that you put on it. So enough talking, let's put it together. Here is the new rod. Spring in here, spring in here. And look at this. Beautiful. So old and busted, new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness. I mean, you can automatically see just the difference alone. So let's get into the recoil system. As you see here, there is 4 different springs, and each of these springs have different characteristics. So we'll start with the shortest and work our way down. 6.2 pounds, 7 pounds, 7.3, and 8.15, 8.15. Now mind you, these spring pressures are just idle spring pressures, meaning this is the spring tension it is when it's sitting in the gun. Now since this is technically a 3-stage recoil system, you have the spring here, internal spring, and then the external spring. And then they also give you a brand new plug, and then they also give you this little spacer. And what this spacer does is, when you put the spacer inside of the plug, basically what happens is this actually adds another 2.5 pounds of spring tension because it's adding another layer into the spring. I'm gonna allow it to actually take out the spacer and just run it with the 6.2 pound spring. That's pretty much how I'm gonna have it run. So let's go ahead and throw it in, and let me show you guys what it looks like. Rod in and just pull back, and it's that easy. And then that's basically it. There's a cutout for the link to sit in, and it's that easy. Now I want to show you guys how to take this out, because if you guys do elect to get this system for your C2s, which I really recommend you guys do. No, nothing against Staccato, but these 2-stage spring systems fail a lot. I'm not the first person, I'm not the 3rd person or the 10th person to say that these have failed. A lot of these have failed, and majority of people, what they do is, since this system just came out, they didn't know about it. What they would do is they would go to a full-length Commander guide rod and just throw like a full-length spring on it and just tune it from there. By tuning it, I mean cut the coils. When you go to take this out, all right, so usually when you would pull up on this, it would fly right out. So with some spring systems, like this gold spring system, this is the strongest spring. So basically it's not gonna come out super easy. And what Demetrius, the owner, showed me was you want to hold this spring down. You want to hold this one first, so just kind of like push it forward. So you're going to push forward on this and then pull forward and lift up. So you're just going to hold it, push down, compress, and then lift up on it. And it comes right out. Yes, it's a little bit different, but this spring kit right here adds to faster follow-up shots, improved firing speed, and actually helps with significant recoil reduction. And I'm gonna show you that to you here soon. Let's go ahead and assemble all this. Let's go back out to the range. All right, we are back out on the range thanks to DPM. Now there's actually 4 springs that come in this kit. Since we took the smallest one and put it in our Staccato C2, we're gonna go ahead and tune it. So the reason why I brought it out here is because it gives you different weights to see what your gun likes and what it doesn't like, depending on your ammo, depending on if it's comped, ported, whatever have you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see what this gun likes. I have the 6.3 pound spring in here at idle, so we're gonna go ahead and let some shots ring and see how it does, mitigation, recoil, cycling, things like that. So let's go ahead and finish the review. All right, we're gonna get loaded up, but before we start shooting, I actually changed out the optic on here to a Holosun 507C with the Primary Arms ACSS reticle. Can never say it. ACSS reticle. If you guys didn't watch it right here. I did the review on the Staccato CS, and I had a green one on there, and I just fell in love with it. So I went out, and while I was waiting on the spring kit, I went out and bought one and put it on here, and I love the dot. It's crisp, it's bright, it's perfect. You know your holdovers. The science behind it is with the chevron, you zero it at the tip, and then coming down, it has different increments of your holdovers when you shoot distance. If you guys watch my channel, you guys know, which I'm gonna do with this one, we take it out to distance. I like to test the capabilities of these guns. So at the very bottom of the chevron, you actually can zero it in for 100 yards, and we're gonna test that out here today. But we're 15 yards out, load and make ready. See how this spring kit works with this gun. Said 6.3 pounds with the DPM Recoil Systems kit. That cycles really, really well. Wow. I think I'm gonna keep this one in. Let's do some more shooting. Yeah. Yeah, this Joker likes this spring. Only negative thing I have to say about this spring, you can't air rack it. I can air rack anything. But yeah, can't air rack it. The chevron never leaves my sight, obviously because of the comp on here. It's just a really nice gun. The comp really does its job. The spring kit is fucking awesome. I mean, the double taps are really good. 15-yard double taps, man. I mean, the comp does its job. Let's take it out a little bit of distance for all you naysayers that are like, oh, Ron,
The ported and comp guns lose velocity and accuracy.
well, we're gonna try it here soon. Mini A zone, hey-oh! This thing, mini A zone again. Again. I can't stop shooting. This is by far my favorite EDC gun in my collection. I'm having a blast with this thing, so we're gonna go ahead and take it out some distance. We're gonna go all the way out to 100 yards, see what we can do. This one is for all the dreamers and the naysayers. You see the little speck right there. I honestly have no idea how far this is. I'm gonna guess 150. Come on, baby. For all the naysayers, oh!
Comp and ported guns aren't accurate and they have tumble after a certain amount of yards.
You just heard it. Let's do it again. Get up. Video's over. We're done.
It's modern say.
I already know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, Ron, that's not 150 yards. I don't have a rangefinder on me. What I'm gonna use is the measuring tool on our iPhones. It's a supercomputer, right? So we're gonna measure from here and we're gonna walk down to the target and see how many feet it is. Let's go. There's the target. We're still going to the base of the target. There's the target, base. How many feet? See that? 490. Is that 497? 497 from all the way up there to the target, according to this, is 497 feet. Let's go to Google. 497 is 165 yards. 165, baby. 165 with a 3.9 barrel. Not even a 3.9. How is that for losing accuracy and tumbling? God, I love this reticle. Ugh. Makes it so easy. All right, and since this is the Genghis Komp, what you guys really care about is recoil mitigation. This thing basically deletes your recoil, and I have a mag full of 17 rounds. We're gonna let off. It's gonna be the end of the review, so let's go ahead and let freedom ring. Get real close to the camera, let you see how this thing works. This is the Genghis Komp from Monsoon Tactical. So let me do some pros and cons, because there's always pros and cons when it comes to firearms or any kind of add-ons that you're gonna do or any kind of services. So pros, you guys see it, shoots flat as hell. It looks cool as hell. To get your C2 or P, Genghis Komp is gonna run you about $310 to $480. That's a pro in my opinion. That's a really good price for very good performance. I don't really see it as a con, but I think you guys should know this by watching this video. So as the making of this video, to get your C2 or P Genghis Komp, it's gonna be estimated, gonna be running around a 9 to 11 week lead time. So take that as you may. but I think it's worth every penny and worth the wait. You guys see the performance. You guys see it shooting from distance, 165 yards, plinking no problem. So for all you naysayers that are saying that when you comp report guns, it disturbs the accuracy and velocity, I don't want to hear that shit. Anybody that's carrying a 3.9 inch or 3.5 inch barrel for an EDC isn't shooting out 100 yards at somebody anyways. If you do, you're dead fucking wrong. But to play around like this for reviews, why the fuck not? Test the gun. Test your limits, test your capacity, see what you can do. But I am Ron. This is the Genghis Komp. This is my C2X. That's a good shot. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.